Good afternoon, everyone. Drew Griffin here with Pottstown Local and a whole host of other Facebook pages. And on behalf of the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce, super excited to be hanging out again today with our Chamber Chat host, Bill Vitiello, as well as a very special guest, Tricia Reedy Jones of the U.S. Census Bureau. So we're really excited to get into today's conversation. I'm very interested in this. I need to learn a little bit more about the census in general and how everybody should actually apply their duty and respond with the census and what it's all about and that sort of thing. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this on over to Bill, and welcome to the program, Tricia.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Chamber Chat Live with the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Bill Vitiello. I am the Institutional and Business Development Manager for the Victory Bank. As always, before we begin, we'd like to thank Drew Griffin from Delicious Marketing, who so graciously set all this up for us and is the technical man behind the scenes. We also like to thank Eileen. Eileen is monitoring our live comments. So if you do have a comment or a question for Tricia during the course of the episode, we are happy to answer it live. That's what we're here to do. That's why we do Chamber Chat Live. And lastly, we like to thank the Ben Exchange, our sponsor, your friends for business benefits. So my guest today is Tricia Reedy Jones. Tricia is the Partnership Specialist for the Philadelphia Partnership of the U.S. Census Bureau. Tricia, welcome to Chamber Chat Live.
Thank you. Thanks for having me this afternoon.
You're welcome. So we were talking briefly off air. You've never done one of these before?
I've done a personal Facebook Live, but not a virtual where I actually was communicating with somebody else. So it's a little interesting.
Yeah, it's all good.
So good.
Yeah.
I always hope there are no tech issues, right?
Yeah.
So far.
This is all good. This is all very relaxed, and we're in good shape here. So Tricia, please tell me what you do for the U.S. Census Bureau, please.
So I'm a partnership specialist and my territory is Montgomery County. And prior to COVID-19, I was out and about in the community, going to events, working with elected officials and school districts and nonprofit agencies, and just having either individual meetings or doing what we call briefings, similar to what I'm going to do a little bit of today, often with a more formal PowerPoint. So I appreciate the informal discussion we're having this afternoon, but really my role is to provide awareness of the importance of the census and now to encourage everybody to respond online by phone or via paper.
Okay, so I was going to ask you how COVID kind of changed what you were doing. How much has it shifted, or has it really not shifted at all?
So it shifted in that I would say 90% of my role before was out in the community. So all over Montgomery County, from Pottstown to Norristown to Red Hill to Cheltenham, just driving a lot throughout the county and meeting amazing people. And now those relationships that I've built are continuing virtually. So mostly email, some phone, just trying to keep these relationships that I've built that we call partners, aware of what the changes are with the census, and that we're still continuing to promote the importance of having people respond so we can get a complete and accurate count in Montgomery County and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so I know the first time I think Victory Bank heard about the census, we were offered the opportunity to become a partner. I believe, is that what we are? Partners, right?
Yes, a partner, yes.
So we will promote the census and the completion of the census out through our social media channels and out through some of our own personal channels as well. So I know we're thrilled. We're always community focused, always community based, and we're thrilled to be a partner with you and push out that messaging. So could you explain for folks who I would assume most people are aware, but for those who aren't aware, what the census is and what exactly it does for us?
So the census is a count of every single person living in the United States and its territories. That count is done every 10 years and it's mandated by the Constitution. We have been counting the population since 1790. A little bit of a fun fact is that the first census was conducted via horseback, and now we're asking people to respond online by phone or paper. So it shows a little bit about how technology has changed, which I think is a really a neat fact to share with people.
Sure.
The census determines $675 billion annually over 10 years for the nation for programs such as human services, transportation, emergency preparedness, school programs, hospitals, anything that really gets any type of governmental funding utilizes census data. It's also used for redistricting at the local, the state, and the national level, and for the number of seats of House of Representatives that each state has. So that term is apportionment, and we want to make sure that everybody is counted so that each state gets their fair share of seats in the House of Representatives in Congress.
So I know you're doing it for a number of different reasons, but isn't the situation that we're in right now just one of the main reasons to complete the census? Is
Yes,
that when
exactly.
we have emergency services? I mean, tell me the census is not necessary.
Yes, it's very necessary.
Yeah. So where are you at? And could you have numbers to how many people have responded so far? And can you give us some numbers that you can talk to about the census?
Yeah. So we get those numbers updated every day at 3:00. So these numbers are based off of yesterday's 3:00 report. Pottstown is at 60.1% response rate. In 2010, the entire census calculated it at 69.5%. So that was including not only people who were able to self-respond, but the enumerators that go door to door. This is strictly self-response, which is how we're promoting, in these times. So Montgomery County as a whole is at 71.2%. Chester County is at 75.6%. Berks County is at 68%. And Pennsylvania is at 62.6%. So we're doing, for the most part, better than 2010. But obviously the goal is to get a complete and accurate counting everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you think that count is a little bit higher because people are moving more towards electronically completing it, or you have more people in the field? What do you think is behind those numbers?
Yeah, possibly. I think a combination of both. The partnership program has been very robust and promoting the importance of the census for a couple of years now, and really working with community agencies and businesses such as Victory Bank to help get the word out. So the term that we use for partners is reaching out to their consumers or their clients as trusted messengers. So I could do these briefings and these presentations, all day long, but really the people in the community want to hear from their trusted messengers, the people that they work with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So I think a combination of a lot of those things has helped to boost the numbers.
Sure. So how do you reach those folks who maybe don't know that the census exists, or maybe don't have electronic means, or maybe they're not getting their mail? What's the best way to reach those folks?
Yeah, so we really are relying on our partners to do that. We have some partners in Montgomery County who have been doing phone banking, so calling their clients, reminding them to respond online or by phone. If they don't have computer access, they can call the toll-free number that's at the bottom of the screen here. It's 844-330-2020. Also, every household who has not completed their census got a paper mailing mid-April. So everybody has had the opportunity through about 5 mailings to hear or to see that phone number, the website, and then get their paper mailing, their questionnaire if they did not respond.
So with all the COVID situation, has the deadline stayed the same, or has it been extended at all?
Yeah, so the deadline for response has been extended from July 31st to October 31st.
Okay.
So it's giving everybody a little bit of extra time. And those enumerators that I talked about, the people who go door to door and try to collect census data for those who have not self-responded, will begin mid-August, ideally. As of now, that's the plan, is mid-August and then through the end of October.
Okay.
So that's another way to capture those folks that have not responded.
Okay. So I'm monitoring the comment section, and I see Eileen has completed her census. So thank you, Eileen. I know I completed mine early because I'm all about doing the electronic version of it. So I just hopped right on entered my code, and I was done I couldn't even tell you, it was less than 10 minutes probably.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure you're completed. So there's 3 of us in the area anyway that are done. But you've gotten good response rates so far. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is your background? How did you become involved with the 2020 census?
So my background has mostly been nonprofit management. I am very mission driven in all of my career roles that I've had. And so the census mission just really spoke to me. And that's, I got involved because of its importance, because it's not just going online and completing your information. You really do count. Every person counts. And so that mission was important to me. And I am also, like I said before, meeting great people in the community who are equally as passionate, Eileen being one of them. So yeah, that's a little bit about how I got involved.
No, that's cool. And are you local? Do you live local or?
I live in Pottstown, so 3 of us in Pottstown completing our census. This is great.
Nice. So how are you getting through with the COVID? I'm asking personally, not necessarily census related, but how you making out?
Yeah, so I share this frequently on my work calls as well. I live in a townhouse community with people that I see all of the time walking my dog or being outside. It really has been nice to see people enjoying the outdoors. So I feel like if I have the opportunity to be outside, then I'm enjoying the day, and the time at home is okay. If I'm forced to be inside because of the weather, I feel like those days could be a little bit more of a struggle.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's been very breezy the last few days. I don't know about you, but I've been having some pretty bad hair days. So put some extra product in my hair, but now we're looking forward to a nice weekend, a nice holiday weekend as well. So, so what else would you like to share about the census, please? I know you have a bunch of information there that you'd like to share. So,
yeah, I think the take-home message is really that it's easy, it's safe, and it's important. As you mentioned, it took you less than 10 minutes. I know, you can drink a cup of coffee in 10 minutes. You can scroll through Facebook in 10 minutes. Like less than 10 minutes is really time that most of us have right now. It's very safe. There's all types of cybersecurity measures in place to protect the data. The data is encrypted, it's confidential, it's not shared with any outside agencies, and it's important. So as I mentioned, it determines funding for the community. We want to make sure that everybody is counted so we get our fair share of funding, and it determines the redistricting and the number of seats in Congress. So easy, safe, and important is the take-home message.
Yeah, so that security, I think, is really important because there probably would be some people out there who would say, well, I'm not completing the census because, it's not safe, they're encrypted or whatever. But then they say, oh, well, all my information is going to be out there. And, to know that you're taking the steps to safeguard that information, I think is reassuring. Again, I know for me, I had no problem going online. I had my special code. I went online, did it real quick, done. I know we just got a comment in from Lisa Lightcap. Lisa completed her census, and now there's 4 people from Pottstown. Yeah. I know there's more than that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and all of the personally identified information is protected for 72 years. So your name is not released for 72 years. So that I think is a little bit more comforting as well, that what is released is high level aggregate data. Even the president of the United States just gets the total population count and doesn't have access to the individual data.
Right. We just got another comment in from Lynn Newman. Lynn completed hers as well. So hi, Lynn. How are you? Thank you. So how do people who are non-English speaking, how do they respond to the census?
So that phone number that I provided has access to 12 additional languages. There's customer service reps available to help. And if a customer service rep is not available, you can leave a message and you will get a call back as a way to just be able to capture 12 languages. And then there's 52 languages that are available utilizing a language guide. Including for those who are hearing impaired or visually impaired. So, the Census Bureau has put a lot of thought into how to make sure that everybody is counted, no matter what the language is.
Well, that's what it sounds like. And again, every person matters here, so we need to be able to respond. Tricia, before we go here, we have the last few moments. Is there anything else that you'd like to share there? I know we went over quite a bit. Numbers matter, the people responding matter, but is there anything else that you would like to share, please?
Yeah, I think the important thing also is to encourage people that you see on a daily basis to respond. So whether that's your business community, your faith community, within your neighborhood, your family, your friends, social media, the Facebook page, and other social media for the Census Bureau puts information out every single day. So you can just share that, among your friends. And so just encouraging everybody to respond and saying that everybody counts.
That's great. Tricia, thank you so much for being on today. We greatly appreciate you taking the time. I know you're working hard, especially under these circumstances. We appreciate your efforts. We can't wait to have higher numbers than last year so we can be counted. Absolutely. Folks, thanks for tuning in to Chamber Chat Live. I'm going to throw it back to Drew here in just a few seconds. But lastly, we'd like to thank Drew again for his work behind the scenes. We'd like to thank Eileen for monitoring the comments. And we would like to thank the Ben Exchange, your friends for business benefits. Chamber Chat Live is going to take a break. We have the holiday coming up on Monday, but we will be back on Wednesday with another great guest. And I would hope you would stay tuned for that. So Drew, I'm going to throw it back to you there. Good, sir.
Yeah, sure. Great job, Bill. Tricia, it's been a privilege to virtually connect with you. You're doing amazing work there with the census. Listen, to everybody that's watching this, whatever page that you're on, whether you're on the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, Pottstown Local, or the other number of pages that this has been shared to, the census is quite important. And if you know of anyone who doesn't know very much about the census or would be interested in learning a little bit more, please go ahead and share this video with them. Just go ahead and simply tap on the share button, share it to your personal wall, any groups that you're in that might be relevant here in the Montgomery County area, Berks County, Chester County. The census is important no matter what county that you're living in here in the United States. So again, thank you so much to Tricia Reedy Jones. It's been a privilege to have you on here. You're always welcome back. And if we can be of any assistance to getting the word out about the census, don't hesitate at all. But Bill, thanks so much. And again, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And let's do our duty here and let the census know about what the numbers are in your family, in your county, in your bureau, all that stuff. So go ahead, please, and share this wherever you may be. And we can't wait to see you next week. Wednesday, we'll be coming back on here on Facebook Live with another special guest. And we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks, guys.